Alright guys, I back up under this 1976 Chevy Luv. And I can tell you right now, working on this truck is exhausting. Welcome to Chicken Eye Garage. Vegas truck is back in the shop, and it's time to put an exhaust system on this thing. I'll be honest with you, it's probably been parked right outside the shop in hiatus for probably about 3 months. Because if y'all been following along for a while, you know I recently acquired a 1978 GMC Sierra, and we've been doing a lot of stuff to it. But I had this thing covered up. I pulled the cover off and it just said, you know what, you hadn't finished me. I ain't been on the road since '97. Get the exhaust on me. Let's get my wiring fixed and or replaced. Let's put this thing on the road. Because she's got a tag. It's got a new license. It's been retitling my name. And it's got insurance. It's legit. We just got to make it legit to drive. You know what? I'm just going to take this truck to an exhaust shop, let them do it, and just pay the tab. So I called a couple of shops and just told them what I had, what I wanted to do. Just give me a rough guesstimate. I know the truck, you ain't looking at it, but give me a rough idea. 2 shops, $600 to $800. Can't do it. So I started thinking, could I do the exhaust myself? I got a welder. I got a little bit of monies. I got a noodle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the biggest thing that made me want to do it, a few years ago, I redid the exhaust on the old 66 that's right behind me here. And I bought a mandrel bent 2.5-inch tubing kit from Summit Racing, 304 stainless. Like I said, all mandrel bent, it's even flared out so you can do the slip joint. And I bought that kit to redo the exhaust on this truck. And I had some piping left over. The kit comes with 4 straights, 4 90s, 4 45s, and then 4 U-turns or 180s. I still have 2 straights, I have 2 90s, and I still have 4 of the U-turns. Don't have any 45s, but with 4 U-turns, I might be able to create any kind of shallow turns I need to make. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're unfamiliar with this truck, I'm gonna give you like a 10-second breakdown. I bought this truck a couple years ago, locked up Isuzu motor. Now it has a small block Chevy 350 with a turbo hydromatic 350 behind it. And this 350, outside of the aluminum intake and the Edelbrock carburetor, is bone stock. Has ram horns for exhaust manifolds, because that's what I had. I just try to use what I had around the shop, and currently right now, that's what it has. It has nothing past that point, hence today's video. We need an exhaust system. Now, I thought the outlets on those manifolds were 2 1/4. Lo and behold, they're 2 1/8. So that really limited me to finding the piping that I might need, any mandrel bent stuff, or any kind of kits or loose items that I could find. It made it a challenge at 2 1/8. So I did a little research online, and through Summit's website, I found a mandrel bent, basically a U-turn, but it's shaped as a J. One side is, I think, 6 inches, and the other side about 15, and they were 15 bucks a piece. I believe Hook or Header makes them. They were on sale and or clearance, so I don't know if they're available anymore. So I went ahead and bought 2, thinking maybe I can cut them, splice them together. I got a welder, and make the curves that I need to make to get around those torsion bars. You'll get a look at it here in a minute. As you can see, we got a pipe right there. That's the passenger side. The driver's side, as you saw at the opening clip, got that thing bolted back up. So let me take y'all off of this right here, show you the progress I've made, and then we'll go ahead and finish this exhaust system up. Who knows, by the end of this video, we might go on a second test drive. I haven't decided yet. We may just end it with a nice little healthy burnout, only this time the 350 will be muffled. Yeah, the old 66 is outside. Had to pick up my son from school. He started the 6th grade, so now my daughter and my son go to separate schools. So I'm picking him up while she gets picked up by a daycare. Nevertheless, this is the passenger side. And yeah, it's ugly, but it's there. Right now, this is just kind of spot tack welded in case I need to cut this and reposition it, I can. Let's go up under the old truck and look at the driver. So now you're getting kind of an idea of what I had to do here. Now this, obviously this isn't tight. Right there, when it's tightened up, that's about where that pipe's going to be, and it clears that torsion bar front spring there, or whatever you want to call that, and it stays out of the way of the oil filter, which is very crucial. So once that's bolted up and tight, now we got a straight shot to the back. I'm thinking once I get to about this area right here, I'm going to start moving over to this side and then heading back. I got the gas tank right here, and obviously you can't put a muffler in there. So the only real estate I have for a muffler is going to be on that side. So I need to start transitioning that way with the pipe and then start heading back towards the truck. So now that you got a visual of how the exhaust is kind of routed from the manifold, starting heading back, and then what we'll go ahead and do is put that piece on, get it bolted up, and I'm going to go ahead and start getting the pipe in position, hence the jack stands that are up under it. Find out where I need to cut on this side so I can start 90ing over to the other side. Let me show you the rest of the pieces I have. I got 3 left of these. I had to use one to cut it. I got a little bit left over from that. There's some of that 2 1/8 inch pipe. That's the short side. And then the other side was a little longer. All mandrel bent. And then I have 2 90s. I got one here. I think I got one under the truck. Here's the muffler I may or may not be using. I think it's going to be a little bit too long. So if I do use it, you'll get to see it / hear it. Otherwise, I just showed you a box for 3.5 seconds that you'll never get to see again. But what you always want to get to see I highly recommend, if you ain't got a chop saw, take a angle grinder if you got one, get you a little starter cut, and then get you a sawzall. It's a lot cleaner and smoother. It's pretty dang straight for just with the old chicken eye. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another weekend of working on the old Vegas truck. Now, I've made a little bit of progress up underneath that truck, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and take you off of this right here. I know you're enjoying it. Matter of fact, yes, all right, truck. So this is where I'm at so far. You're looking at the driver's side, and I'm thinking this is what it's going to be, because this is the only thing I can come up with that I'm satisfied with. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at, because no matter what I came up with, having the pipe below this cross member here, which is where the torsion bar stuff's at, I just couldn't come up with anything that would make me, I just couldn't like it. Because if I was coming from there and try to angle down and then go back up, it just looked, if you come from the outside of the truck, you would look at it and you would just see it kind of angling down. It just looked hideous. Don't worry about that clamp, it'll be rotated. We just got a couple of zaps on this side. I think there's just one right there. We're just trying to piece this together as we go. In doing it the way I'm doing it, be honest with you, I'm not too happy with this, but this is all I can come up with to get the pipe over this cross member. Yeah, it's close to the transmission pan. Not too concerned with that, because I think the way it's designed, cast aluminum, finned, I think this won't be too much of an issue. And I'm even considering wrapping the pipe in this area, because my biggest concern right there, that is the hard line for the fuel, and it's going right above that pipe. I'm gonna have to wrap this pipe possibly with some kind of insulation. It may sound stupid to say, but I actually consider just wrapping it up with some aluminum foil and see if that would be all right. You ain't gonna see it anyway, so what does it matter? So this piece right here, I got it O'Reilly's. It's a 45. It's one of those crinkle bent elbows, and the reason I got it, because it's kind of collapsed a little bit where it's curving, and I thought that might just be enough space to gap out between the cross members so it ain't smacking that, and a little bit on that floor. I got a hole I got to fill somehow, but I'll deal with that later. It's not hitting the floor, and it's setting on my little spacer here. So when I create a mount, weld it on here, whatever I do, heck, I might even just weld it to this tab here. Haven't decided yet. I got a lot of things I need to work through this weekend. So the challenging point for me this weekend is going to be going from here to over here. And I think the straight back part will be all right, but it's getting from here to there in such a short window without coming in contact with the drive shaft. Now the passenger side's a little straighter shot. As far as that goes, we're pretty clear of a whole lot of stuff, but getting from here to there, I'm gonna have to use the old chicken eye and get something cut, because I want to do that one shot, one kill. So that's gonna be a bit of a challenge this weekend, but I bet I can do it. I've been looking at my macaroni piece I got right here. Maybe I can do something to get it over there. We'll figure it out. And once that's officially connected, it's pretty much going straight back. And then boom. That's where the muffler pocket's gonna be. Right up in there. Yeah, that's probably where the mufflers are gonna go. Now I got all kinds of stuff in here. Gaskets. Got this style of hanger. I got these. Got the longest rod they make, that way I can cut it down to the size I need. Got several of these as well. Got another lap joint clamp. Kind of wish I could get one that wasn't polished, but that's how they come. I even got some donut gaskets. They were real cheap, so hopefully one of those two gaskets that I have will work. That's pretty much it. Now as far as the mufflers go, I bought this originally because I like the price of it. Stainless steel, but it's dual 2.5 inch inlet, a single 3 inch outlet. But unfortunately this muffler is just too long for the space I have up under the bed. I'm gonna have to get some shorter mufflers, and I think I'm just gonna run dual mufflers. I just need to get, I think this is what's coming up in the noodle right now. I'm gonna get 2 mufflers with an offset inlet. Not too worried about the outlet, but I'm probably just gonna try to get an offset outlet. That way it kind of gets that pipe up high. That way if I run the exhaust out back, then I can do that, and it'd probably be a little higher up than doing it in the middle. But I'll have to look at that once I get to that point. As far as running out the exhaust to the back, that ain't happening right now, because this truck needs to be a little bit lower in the back, and I don't know how I'm going to achieve that just yet. So I don't want to commit to any piping up and over the axle and all that stuff until I figure the back out. But you're officially caught up to where I'm at going into this weekend. So I'm hoping I can get everything connected. It'd be nice to get everything burned in and 100% complete, but as tedious of a time it takes just chicken eyeing everything, staring at it, slowly measuring it, because a lot of times I can't just measure this. I have to just kind of guess, like, okay, I'm gonna cut it right here, see what happens. So far I've done pretty good, and I don't have very many pieces to be messing up, so hopefully I can get everything the way it needs to be. So it's going to be a very tedious but busy weekend, and I'll just stop periodically, show you where I'm at, show you what I'm coming up with. But as far as like showing me weld it and cut it and all that stuff, I'm not going to bore y'all with that. I think it's just kind of tedious at that point. Let me get caffeined up. I only have one of these a day. I don't drink a whole bunch of energy drinks. One a day, and then I call it. All right, I'm gonna call it on recording this video because I got a lot of work to do. Guys, that wraps up another day in the shop. Let me go ahead and take y'all down below and show you the progress I've made. Unfortunately, I kind of had to redo this. I had that lap joint clamp right here, but I wasn't able to get this piping apart. So I moved it forward, and right now I've got that kind of zapped together a little bit, which unfortunately puts me into doing something like this. But guys, I have to be able to take this exhaust system apart in case I need to do whatever it may be. And I can't do that if this is all in one solid state. So that's why I got a clamp here. I got one of these U-bolt clamps here, and that's it so far. Now I got pretty tricky right here because there's not a whole lot of space to do this. Hence why I bought these wrinkle bent 45s. Got it spot welded there. I do have it kind of spaced up with a little bit of like a little piece of scrap metal. You know, that's got a little bit of space above the cross member and still not touching the floor. A couple of zaps holding everything in spot. And now you see the transitioning going back. When I get my second straight piece to finish it off, I may have to kind of angle cut it a little bit or kind of grind it at an angle. That way it'll start straightening out. And from looking at it from the back, I may have to reclock this just a skeet taste to get that a little higher up. That remains to be seen. I'll mess with that tomorrow. This side went a whole lot faster. This is kind of what I came up with. One lap joint clamp here, like I showed you earlier. It's got me a little bit of a curve here. Obviously a little, this was just a piece of scrap. Kind of trimmed a little bit of trimming, and I was able to join the 45 to my little piece here. That worked out really good. I don't have any more of those lap joint clamps, but I'm gonna probably get one here and probably have one here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 more tomorrow from Summit Racing. But as you can see, this is how it's gonna work out. This was the hardest part right here, going up, over, and then back across below the drive shaft, and now we're heading straight back. Very challenging, but a lot of fun at the same time. Don't think I'll be running a speedometer cable. Other than that, there's really nothing. Everything's close, like the shifter cable's close, but nothing is touching. Honestly, I could even remove this transmission pan if I leave this pipe in place. There is a little bit of movement one way or the other. I did have to give the floor a little bit of love taps there, just to give me a little bit of space, and I may need to hit it some more. Obviously, I got that hole, as y'all can see right there. I need to fill in that hole, otherwise the exhaust heat, and possibly fumes, but definitely a heat, will come through that hole. Oh yeah, been a long day. Well deserved. Oh yeah, guys, that's where it's at. Live Oak, Hefeweizen, Austin, Texas. It's very good beer. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Am I happy with the way everything's turning out? Yes and no. I'm happy with the way everything's working out, but as far as this is how I want the exhaust system, no. The torsion bar system is an absolute pain to deal with. You got a 350 or any kind of V8, be honest with you. Yeah, the torsion bar suspension is in your way, and you just got to navigate around it. I wish I kind of had 2 1/4 inch pipe, because that would have made this job a little bit easier, navigating and going around stuff. But all I had laying around was the 2 1/2 inch, and so I'm trying to work with what I got, trying to save money. I don't know if you've noticed, but everything around here costs a whole lot of money. It's getting outrageous, and I promise you this, I'm pretty almost nearly tired of spending money. I am. Working on these trucks is fun, but when you go to buy something and you see the total, yeah, it can get, yeah, yeah. I've lost words on that one because it's just bad. I hope y'all ain't disappointed that I'm not recording any of this. Be honest with you, I just don't know how to. That's why I've just been getting her done. When I find a good stopping point, I'll show you the progress I made, and I'm gonna keep on going. But at the end of this video, that's where the fun's gonna begin, because we're gonna hear the exhaust system, and we'll see if there's any more smoke in the tires. I think there is, but we'll find out. I think tomorrow is gonna go a whole lot smoother, just because I've navigated around the drive shaft, I've navigated over the cross member on both pipes. Now it's just to get to the back of the bed, get all that situated. I still need to return, or exchange, I guess technically, the muffler that I bought. And I'm gonna go ahead and run 2 mufflers. I'm gonna leave that as a mystery. Y'all will know what I'm running when I get them on there, and y'all gets to hear it. I can promise you this, I'm gonna give you 2 hints. They're not chambered mufflers, and they're not Flowmasters. I'll give you a 3rd hint. It's not gonna even be MagnaFlow. I'm having a lot of fun. I'll be honest with you, I'm having a lot of fun, but it's challenging. Very, very challenging. Obviously, luckily I have all the tools, cutting devices, you know, angle grinder, sawzall. You got to have a welder if you're gonna build an exhaust system. You can't just lap joint, butt joint, clamp joint your way to an exhaust system unless you're just making it straight. If you're making it straight, you'll be all right. But if you're trying to take all kinds of bends and curves and whoop-de-doos, you're gonna need a welder to get her done. And I can tell you what else you're gonna need. You're gonna need a noodle. You got to know what you're doing. You gotta have a chicken eye. If you ain't got the chicken eye, then your pipe's gonna be going one direction when you want it to go the other. See, you got to have it in order to do what I'm trying to do. And it takes time. Trust me, this is not a process that I can rush. It'd be a little faster and easier if this truck was all up in the air, but you know, I'm all up on my back like this right here, sliding back and forth, all kinds of different scenarios. And I can tell you right now, my shoulder blades are raw. I am sore right now, but it just has to be done. The only way you can really deal with this kind of shoulder pain, back pains and stuff like that, you just got to drink and drink and drink until you feel no more pain. All right, guys, today is get it all burned in day, mostly. I think I'm pretty much satisfied with all the pipe going to the cross member and over it, and on the driver's side, one that's looping over the drive shaft, or no, technically going under it. I'm pretty much satisfied to that point. So I'm gonna take all that stuff down and burn in what needs to be burned in. And once all that's said and done, I can officially install that. And I've been messing with the exhaust hangers that I got. Might use those, might go with something different. But I'm gonna go ahead and burn all this in today. Today I get to be vertical a little bit more than I was yesterday. I can promise you that. All right, I got a lot of smoke to create, so let me get to it. All right, I think the exhaust system is officially done. I got it about 95% complete. I basically just stopped at the muffler. But I'd like to take the exhaust all the way to the back, but I'm gonna wait until I get the back of the truck lowered. Because you know what, it'd be my luck, I get all the pipes routed, get everything done, then I lower it in the back 3 inches, and now a pipe's hitting the rear end or a shock or something like that. And so I just want to wait until it's lowered, then I'll finish her off. Just like a kid, I couldn't wait to hear them. So I've already heard the truck yesterday, and I'm very pleased with the sound. It's got a nice aggressive tone, but it's very mellow at the same time. I really do like it. So y'all are gonna hear that at the end. And then I'll show you what mufflers I'm running. I'm not gonna show you the mufflers just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take y'all off the camera stand. We'll navigate up under the truck, kind of show you how the exhaust system turned out. And I'll be honest with you, this isn't really the way I want it. But I'm thinking in the future, I'm gonna want to get a little bit more HP out of that truck. Need to get rid of those manifolds and get headers, aluminum heads, cams, stuff like that. And I tell you right now, the torsion bar system might be fine for a 4-cylinder, just lowered a little bit in the front and cruise, but it's absolutely crap with a V8 and trying to run exhaust system and all that stuff. And I follow a bunch of Chevy Luv Facebook groups and did a little research on those, and I found a couple of part numbers for coilovers. So I may go ahead and pick those up pretty soon and just kind of stash some parts. That way when it's time to do that stuff, I can just do it and I'll have everything I need to get her done. So there it is, officially done. Here's the driver's side. And I did take a little precautions. Got one of those heat insulator sleeves, DEI brand. That's my shifter cable, so that's nice and protected. Got my U-clamp there. This is out supported on the back side. It's hard to get the gap right in between the pipe and the deal. I think it's got enough space in between both. Obviously there was a hole in the floor. Took a piece of 18 gauge steel, kind of trimmed it, tacked it in spots, seam sealed it, and then on the bottom side I just kind of did this. Keep the heat off of that hole right there. But right here is the fuel lines. The big one's obviously the main, and that's a return. So once it got close to the pipe, I covered all that up with some more of that DEI. This is a heat tape, 2000 degree heat tape. Got a couple layers of that over the pipe, or over the fuel lines, at least in the hot pipe area. Uh-oh, I need to make a little tweak to my pipe right on that speedometer cable, which is another reason why this is kind of temporary, because if I ever want to run a speedo, I can't. And then back here, I got my finger right there through the drive shaft and the tube, so that's good. Another lap joint clamp right there, so I can separate all this stuff if need be. Same thing on the passenger side, got the fuel lines wrapped up. Really nothing else to deal with on this side. I got the starter on this side, and so I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I thought about getting some of that heap wrap for the pipe, but on second thought I may just get one of those starter blankets or shields or whatever, and I might try to run that. I think I still have the factory heat shield that when I bought the engine for this, the guy gave me everything and there was a shield on it, so I may see if I can't sneak that back on there and see if that helps. Got a lap joint clamp right here, obviously a pipe going over the cross member, same mount just like the other side. Lap joint clamp there. I had to make a couple of angle cuts, kind of reposition the pipe all the way to the back, and then the muffler's clamped hanging off that what is that, I guess that bed brace. I got two hangers right there and the two U-bolt clamps. Yeah, I got the mufflers blocked off. So let's get back out from under the truck and start this thing up. I think I got an exhaust leak. I think I had an issue with that collector flange, that little triangulated deal. I may have to look into that, try to figure that out. Let me take you down below, show you the mufflers. Dynamax 17734. Those are the part numbers. See what I'm saying? I kind of want to run the pipe, but see how close we got going. We got the shock and all that stuff. This I can cut out if I don't use it, but the shock might be in the way, so I'm just going to wait to finish the pipes off. Hard to tell, might be coming from this clamp here. I don't know, maybe the pipe, that may be that up there. Hard to tell. Mufflers, especially the passenger one, because it was hitting that bed cross member. They were very close to it, so I kind of tweaked her off to the side just to keep taste. Gave me a little bit more clearance. Hopefully that's an easy fix, that exhaust leak. Well, I don't know, now that it's heating up, I don't hear it anymore. Maybe down its pipe got a little hot, maybe it sealed off some. I can finally start this truck up without earplugs. And I guess when I do burnouts this time, the neighbors may not be as annoyed because they'll only see a smoke show. They won't hear it as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing off. I don't know how much gas is in the tank. Unfortunately, the way I wired up the gauge, I don't know what's in there anymore. I've had this truck for 2 years and it's coming a long way. Look who got left outside. And I think when I did the tank setup on this, or when I redid the fuel system, I only put 5 gallons in it and I haven't added any since. And right now my gas cap is a paper towel. So I don't know if anything's evaporated. So I'd like to get to a gas station. There's one about 2 miles from the house. I'd like to fill this thing up. However, it's got insurance, it's got a current tag, It's legit to drive, but technically it ain't legal because it ain't got no lights. I have no tail lights. Right now, the main harness is disconnected because it's got issues. There's some fraying and stuff here and there. I may look into maybe just connecting it and see if the brake pedal shoots the bulbs on. Heck, might just be bad bulbs back there too. I won't know. I may try to mess with that, or I may just take my chances and hopefully, a cop doesn't see me and pull me over for no tail lights. If he does, I may just play dumb because, I mean, look at me. All right, guys, let's sneak up to the gas station, get some gas. Believe it or not, this is the first time this truck's been on the road since 1997. First time riding in the truck, little buddy. Yep. That exhaust is quiet. I don't even know, I can't even really hardly hear it. And this truck ain't got no insulation whatsoever. It's got a rusty floor with holes in it. Give it a little gas, you can start hearing it. I'm refraining from hitting it right now because I don't know how much gas I got in the tank. I'm trying to get to the gas station without dying, so we're just trying to sneak up there. This is kind of surreal. First time putting gas in this truck. Back then in 1997, gas was probably 89 cents. Now gas is $2.89. No, gas gauge still don't work. And that sounds good. I hope that ain't me. I don't think it is. Man, this thing is quiet. Sounds real good. All right, let's go back to that straightaway street and do some runs. The guys to the right of me is a cop. I wouldn't have it any other way. Hopefully he didn't look at me. He turned right. We're good. Easy. Easy. Wow, that thing got sideways. I don't know why. Man, that thing wants to shoot to the right when you hit it. That's a little nervousing. Oh man. This thing is going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
That's a serious tiger stripe.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, this is gonna be some fun, this truck.
This truck is fun already. Here we go. Oh yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Well, all we need is headlights, and then we get some real fun at the warehouse. Man! If you want to have fun with a truck, start drifting, start doing fun stuff. All that smoke. It's one fun truck.
We should have never put a 350 in here because this is gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna have to buy another tire. Yeah, we're already to the wear mark on the tire. Oh well. Yeah, you gotta pay to play. A lot of little issues I need to fix. I can kind of hear that exhaust leak a little bit. I need to address that. Obviously we need lights. That's probably the next thing I'm gonna work on this thing is either I'm gonna rewire it, put all new wiring on it, or try to make what's in it and try to make everything work with what's already in the truck. Most of those burnouts and hitting on it wasn't full throttle. This thing is a little squirrely when you get on it. Paper towel for a gas tank cap, need to get that fixed. We can't even open the door from the outside, the passenger door. No seat belts. Seat needs to be recovered. It's uncomfortable, it's tearing. A lot of stuff like that needs to be fixed. I got to put the bumper back on it. And
we got a lot of stuff to do. So.
A lot of stuff to do. And of course I need to get back on this thing. What do I need to do to that? Oh, I want to do the AC on that before it gets before it cools down. And guys, to be honest with you, we'll cut loose of that one. Not that I don't like the truck, I just want to move on to something new. Plus I might need a little seed money for this truck as well. What do you think, buddy? You like it?
Yep.
Sounds good. All right guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Had a good time. I've had a lot of fun with this one. I would say the exhaust system for me was a big challenge. Luckily I had a lot of the tubing, but I would say give or take I'm around 300 to 350, somewhere in there, versus spending $600 to $800 at exhaust shop. Plus I did it my way. Plus I can take it apart if I need to. That way if I got to remove something, it's not going to be that big of an issue. All right, like I always say, till then, thanks for watching. Mug time.